Jazz hands. I always want to start a video with jazz hands. And now I have. Brandon's freaking out.
I don't know.
Like the movie that much? We just watched The People Under the Stairs. I would classify this as a cult classic, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Faux show.
Yeah, it's a Wes Craven movie from 1991. And the only way to describe it is, I think, lots of things came to mind. Goonies.
Okay.
A zombie movie, like a Romero zombie movie,
Okay.
especially when it's near the end when everyone's like crashed through the walls and stuff. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, oddly enough, just the way all those people looked.
There was something that I was thinking, and I can't remember.
I was thinking of Peter Jackson horror movies.
Yeah,
It seemed a little like. I don't know what it was. I don't think
there's some frighteners in there.
Yeah, the
frighteners
house and bad taste and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it was just maybe the style of comedy.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Yeah,
because it is like you said, it was kind of slapsticky.
It's a little slapsticky,
but also very serious at times.
Yeah.
So maybe a little Peter Jackson. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, there was something that when I was watching it, there was like a specific movie. I was like, this reminds me a lot of this.
It reminded me of,
and I can't remember what it is now.
It did remind me a lot of Frightener, actually, for whatever reason.
It wasn't that though.
If it comes to you, let us.
I'm just gonna not talk and think about it. Go ahead.
Carrying the show. You said you saw this as a young lad.
I was like 13. 14 maybe. I mean, at the most.
Yeah, I think I saw it when I was 10. I didn't see it when it first came out. It was 1991. It probably came out on video like 92 maybe.
Yeah,
things took longer to come out later than back then. So I think I saw it in 92 or 93. I would have been 10 in 93. Not to date myself. No one else will date me. That was sad. But I remember it, like you said, you were surprised kind of how.
Yeah, I didn't remember it being so slapsticky and kind of cartoony,
kind of cornballish humor.
Because when we watched it,
you were scared.
It like freaked us out.
Yeah.
We were kind of like.
I can definitely see this being a very scary movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it scared me because I think I saw it on TV.
Okay.
So they took some of the gore out, and they took a lot of the other stuff out. So I don't think it freaked me out as much. Other movies freaked me out. Like I have very strong memories of The Shining and Alien in movies of that ilk.
Yeah.
But this one never really affected me. I think it was because it was.
Yeah. This would have been one of the first horror movies I probably ever watched. Because when I was younger, I didn't watch. It's not that I was like afraid of watching horror movies. I just they never like interested me up to a point, and then it was when friends and I would start like walking up to Blockbuster and like picking out movies and stuff, and we started watching like some bad horror movies, and
as a kid you don't really know if it's bad or not.
Yeah. I remember we watched Bikini Car Wash Company because
it had bikinis.
Probably because it had. Our friend's mom would like, because we weren't old enough obviously to rent these.
Yeah,
and she would rent them for us, and like we just like a bunch of us would sit around and.
Sorry, Brandon's
but she would call. She called them our booby tits movies. Because we were 13, 14-year-old boys, and breasts at that point were the greatest thing in the world to us.
Oh, that's funny.
We would watch booby tits.
Company. So you saw that?
Yeah.
Which has no booby tits in it.
Yeah, so, but this was would have been one of the, first horror movies that I had seen, just at all, ever, and so, not having a lot of experience with the genre and stuff like that, it definitely freaked me out, because, we'd watch it at night in the dark, and then I'd have to walk home from their house because it was like within walking distance of my place. So walking home alone, I would pretty much run most of the way home.
That's awesome.
So
I think a lot of people have that kind of same like fond memories of the first couple of horror movies that they've ever seen, and their impact on them. I blame my dad. My dad watched a lot of horror movies. So that's how I saw The Shining and The Howling and all this other stuff. So it's still, to me, The People Under the Stairs, it's kind of the same. Like I had the same experience. I haven't watched it in probably maybe 15 years. This is the first time I've seen it in 15 years. And I kind of remembered everything. Nothing really surprised me about it, or I didn't ruin any memories I had of it. It was just kind of like, I thought the same way I did when I first saw it. I was like, it's kind of goofy, but I kind of like it. Yeah. It kind of scratches that Goonies itch, I guess. Yeah. They have kids in peril, and like real peril, because a lot of kids' movies nowadays is just
definitely
happy-go-lucky, fake danger, that kind of stuff. Well, except for Harry Potter, I guess.
But even that is witches, so it's not real danger. It's
not real. Yeah, it's not like hardcore horror.
Right.
So I kind of put it in the Goonies camp for me. I know a lot of people have. You love Goonies.
I love Goonies.
Yeah. I don't know. Where do you want to talk about this movie?
Jump to favorite scene? Or?
Yeah, we can talk about favorite scenes.
I was just thinking about that while you were just talking. I was like, "Oh crap, what's my favorite scene going to be?" Because there wasn't. Again,
because nothing really stands out.
Yeah, nothing really stands out. And it's. I think it's a well crafted enough movie that it keeps you interested. It keeps you're tense and stuff like that. So there's not a lot. Yeah. There's not many moments where you can kind of step back and be like, okay, this is cool, or because you're just in it the whole way through. So it's it's kind of like the Crazies where it doesn't really let up. I mean, a
little bit different.
Yeah, because there's obviously there's much more brevity in this, but at the same but I'm saying like it keeps you involved in what's happening and moving forward and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
We don't rehearse.
No.
We're just coming cold, as you can tell.
Man, that's.
I'll give you a second.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene. I think there's a lot of. I don't know what I would call it. Sloppy movie making. I wouldn't say bad filmmaking because Wes Craven is a good craftsman, but there's a lot of sloppy stuff as far as how conflict is resolved in movies and lots of horror movies, especially in this era where things just kind of happen. They don't really set it up. Like all of a sudden he sees there's dynamite in the basement, and the kid apparently has time to rig that, to put the coins in the candle to make it sound like he's dropping them. But why would he assume that the guy's going to think he's dropping the coins? And then the same thing, but even before that, when they had the audio tape playing on the bed and stuff.
Right.
Like, what the hell? They always have that set up just for this very reason.
Yeah, because it was very specific. It was
very specific.
I'm going to go to the ghetto and find that kid.
Yeah. It was so stupid. So it has lots of shit like that in there that I just... It drives me crazy. Yeah. It's like, that's just so lazy. It's like they wrote the script. I know how it happens. You write the script, and maybe you don't revise it enough times to actually catch that stuff. But whatever. But that I don't know how that came out of my favorite scene. But I think it's because there's the scene in the movie where Roach comes out of the wall for the first time when the kid and the girl are in her bedroom. Yeah. Fool and Alice are in her bedroom, and the dad comes in, or Papa comes in, and Roach scurries off, and the dad. Who's calling him dad? It's not really their dad.
Well, she calls him daddy.
I'm gonna call him the Gimp. Yeah, he dresses up like the Gimp. The Gimp shoots the wall, and right where he would be, and you see like a flinch, and it isn't until later where they actually pays off that he was shot and slowly dying. Yeah. So I thought it was actually kind of like in a movie that like bereft of
detail,
like, very clever scene, like clever craftsmanship. That kind of stuck out to me. Like, okay, so cool. I'm glad they kind of played it out like that. So they didn't just like play it off as like, oh, he missed, like most movies would. So I guess that was my favorite scene, just from a kind of a film construction standpoint. By the way, I don't like the movie a lot. Don't take my ragging on it to mean that I don't like this movie. It is a cult classic. It is a movie I grew up with, and I have very fond memories of it. But it is what it is. So you come up with one yet?
No.
Yeah,
I don't. It's just it.
There's lots of movies I like ironically, because they're just kind of stupid. Yeah. Like with the whole ghetto assembles out in front of their house.
Right. I can't really, because I liked it so much in general. I like the slapsticky cartooniness of it. I like the daddy and mommy, or if that's what, I don't know.
Brother and sister.
The brother and sister, but they call
them Papa and Mama.
I think she calls the mom sister calls him Daddy.
Okay.
Through the whole movie, I can't remember what they call her though. Maybe it was Mama.
I think it's just Mom. I think it's Mama. He calls her Mama.
Okay, but anyway, like I really like.
That's their only names. They don't have any real names.
Yeah. I like the stuff with them because it's so bizarre. The entire time I was watching it, I couldn't separate them from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. I never really made the connection.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen. I probably saw Twin Peaks after I saw.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely did, because I just 2 or 3 years ago.
So I never really made that connection. But what you mentioned is like,
and it's because it was at first I saw her. Yeah. It was before we see him, and I saw her, and I was like, why? I know her from somewhere. And it's because she didn't have the eye patch on, and then as soon as I realized that's when I recognized her. And then he comes up behind her, and I was like, holy crap, that's like,
what are you watching? This is Twin Peaks.
And it was just they were very Lynchian in this movie as well. I mean, it's just very bizarre.
Yeah, the relationship very
just their acting too. It was very surreal and over the top, but far over the top that it kind of like loops back on itself and becomes like scary and creepy.
Yeah, probably why they're cast.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure that's what the scripter's going for.
So I mean, I enjoyed. I would say that's probably the thing I enjoyed the most out of the movie.
Okay,
is having it, because I haven't seen it in so long. And now having watched it, also having that outside knowledge of them in Twin Peaks, it kind of it made it a little more bizarre and surreal. I think for them,
I can see how that. Yeah, I can see how that could happen for sure.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I feel like the past 2 movies I've kind of copped out and just been like everything with the devil, everything with those 2 people.
That's fine. It's what you like about the movie. We should probably rename this segment to just what did you like.
Okay,
what parts did you like? Yeah. Because picking out a scene is often hard. In both good and bad movies, especially in bad movies. I really have nothing else to say. This is definitely up there as far as one of my favorite Wes Craven movies. I think.
Oh sure.
It's definitely up there with Nightmare on Elm Street and of course Scream series. Especially Scream 1. I like Scream 1 a lot.
So do I.
It's my favorite. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, and come see us tomorrow when we watch.
I forgot to look.
It was one that we had on DVD. Was it 976 Evil?
It might be.
We think it's 976 Evil. We're not positive. The list is on the website though, so if you go to moviecreeps.com.
Moviecreeps.com.
And right in the sidebar near the top of the page, there's a little 31 Days of Horror box. You can just click it and see what the whole schedule is. And also all the videos that we've done for it, if you're not watching these on YouTube.
Yeah, let's do it.
Don't listen to them, folks.
No.
Alright.
They cut off my tongue and I can't talk.
You done?
Bye.